This is 5.5, day 2, part 3. We want to find the exact value of the tangent of 7 pi over 12. So this one I'd say you can just watch and listen and follow along with me. So 7 pi over 12 is not on the unit circle. So we want to find out what is the double. What is the double of 7 pi over 12? 7 pi over 6, yep. Multiply it by 2. Then we would reduce the 12 and the 2 by 2. Yep. So we get 7 pi over 6. So if I were to rewrite tangent of 7 pi over 12, it's the same thing as the tangent of 7 pi over 6 divided by 2. Now we can use one of the bottom two formulas. Either the first one or the second one, it doesn't matter. I'm going to choose the second one because I did the first one in the previous examples. So now we're going to go ahead and use that second formula. So we say the tangent of 7 pi over 12 is the same thing as the tangent of 7 pi over 6 divided by 2 equals the sine of 7 pi over 6 divided by 1 plus the cosine of 7 pi over 6. Do we know what those exact values are on the unit circle? Yes, we do. So what is the sine of 7 pi over 6? Negative square root of 2 over 3 over 2. What is the exact value?
That's the cosine.
Cosine?
Yes.
Oh, I heard
Negative square root of 2.
No.
Negative
It's
1/2. Negative 1/2?
Yeah.
Okay. I didn't realize, I was hearing over here. So. All right, and then what is the exact value of the cosine of 7 pi over 6?
Negative square root of 3.
Yep, negative square root of 3 over 2. Cool. And then we would do the same thing. We would simplify down to its lowest form. Are you okay if we skip that? So then this still needs to be simplified. Okay, last example. Circular trig. Here's what we give you. The tangent of this unknown angle is negative 5/8. And the angle falls between the 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi, so in that fourth quadrant. And we want you to find the exact value of the sine of pi over 2. So these are when I say, draw the picture out on your 4 quadrants, create that right triangle, and then go from there. So we want our angle to fall between 3 pi over 2 and 2 pi. So if we create our right triangle, this is our x value, this is our y value, and this is our r value. How can we find 2 out of those 3 pieces in the right triangle? From what we're given. How could I find the x, y, or r? Great. Remembering from earlier chapter 5 that the tangent is found by opposite over adjacent or y over x. Opposite over adjacent. And this is my angle u down here. My unknown angle. I can look up here. Here is my negative 5. And then here is my x. I know that has to be a negative 5 because I'm down in that fourth quadrant. I can't put the negative with the x. So now I can come over to my picture and label that. Oops, positive 5 here. And then it's an 8. 8 and a negative 5. And then our r is still unknown. Square root of 89. How do we know what square root of 89? Yep, so you want to use the Pythagorean theorem. So I would recommend find all three pieces in that right triangle. So we're going to use Pythagorean theorem to find the missing r. So 8 squared plus negative 5 squared equals r squared. So 8 times 8, 64, plus negative 5 times negative 5 is 25. Add those together, and then square root it. Do we have a negative radius ever? Nope. So now we know all three pieces in this right triangle. Now my recommendation, before you go out and do the half angle, go strictly to that right triangle and find the sine and the cosine. So how do you find the sine of that triangle? Sine is so opposite over the hypotenuse, or y over r. So y is 5 and r is square root of 89. Don't rationalize it, you can worry about that later. Cosine is adjacent over hypotenuse. So adjacent is 8 and hypotenuse is square root of 89. Or x over r. Alright, so now we can go ahead and answer the question. It says, what is the half angle? The sine of that half angle. Now here's where our formula will help us. So which of the three formulas will we choose? The first one. So we really didn't have to take the time doing the sine. We would need to do that if we did the tangent. In your homework today, they're going to ask you for the sine of u over 2, the cosine of u over 2, and the tangent of u over 2. I'm just going to do one of those pieces.
So we're gonna do one.
Yes, they will. All right,
Yeah,
so
one of them.
not too bad. All right, so we're going to choose the top one. And we're going to go ahead and simplify. The square root of 1 minus the cosine. And what's the cosine? I'll just put it in here. Cosine of u is the formula, divided by 2. And our cosine was?
8 over square root of 89.
Yep, 8 over the square root of 89 over 2. Want to simplify that together?
Yeah.
Okay. So we have to have like denominators. So square root of 89 divided by square root of 89 minus 8 over the square root of 89. That's the numerator. All over 2. Now we can go ahead and subtract them. Square root of 89 minus 8 over the square root of 89. What should I do with that 2? Reciprocate it. Multiply across. When we multiply across, that numerator stays as it is. And then the denominator now is 2 times the square root of 89. Now we can split up that radical into 2 radicals. Yep. Over, excuse You know what, for me, I'm okay if you leave it as it is.
Nothing left to like that.
Yeah, the first one is fine.
Oh, nice.
We won't give you one that like that.
Oh,
It'll be a little nicer. Alright, this is what your assignment will be for today.